All right.
We are back. Off the Chest is back, and we're ready for Thursday, March Madness opening day. How's everybody doing out there? Willie, how you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Happy St. Patty's Day. A little belated, but I know
Yes,
you Italians don't love that day, but it's okay. Join the Irish,
that's
half
it. Yeah.
Irish.
I kind of forgot all about it, to be honest with you. It was one of those days where I just was like, all right, it's Tuesday, I think it was, or Wednesday, whatever it was. I totally forgot about it.
Well,
But
I'm sure
anyway,
McKeeva made up for it for you. Don't worry
oh, I'm
about
sure. Yeah, I'm sure he made up for
it.
everybody. So how you
Yeah.
guys doing? So let's see now. We have a couple things to talk about. We got obviously March Madness starting off with a roar with some upsets already or some surprises, let's say. And
Yeah.
I want to see when we get towards the end, who do you think will get to the Final Four? I got my picks. I got a couple things going on as far as I got one team that I picked through the tournament that's got to beat the spread. So I'm in a couple of different stupid pools. But
Yeah.
what about you? Will you in any pools?
I'm good, but listen, we gotta give a shout out to our
Yes.
hydrophive boys. I'm negotiating a big contract for us, so let's get those
Awesome.
guys on the tape.
Yep. Let me read a little. Let me give a little plug to Hydrofy. This episode is brought to you by Hydrofy, the world's first hydrogen infused electrolyte, which helps the body combat inflammation and supports cellular health for people of all ages in a way traditional electrolyte drinks don't. Beyond hydration, Hydrofy is designed to support sustained energy, enhance performance, faster recovery, and overall daily wellness. Benefits we believe are a great fit for people of all ages of our network. Use code OTC15 to take 15% off your first purchase. And just tell them OTC sent you.
I'm living on that crap,
All
just so
right.
you know.
I got to try it. Mo said he tried it. He liked it. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm going to have to give it a shot.
Ah, I
Um,
took it yesterday. I did a handstand.
All righty. So anyway, let's begin with the World Baseball Classic. Did you get the chance to watch some of the games?
I have. I caught the Venezuela game. I caught the Italy game.
Yeah, how about Italy, huh?
Yeah.
Bunch of
Well,
tiny guys from Jersey.
I know, and Posada's the coach. So
Oh,
we
it's
got,
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, it's awesome to see. I mean, listen, they beat USA, which was a pretty big upset, and then they took it to the semis, which was pretty far for them. I was a couple of surprises. Obviously, the Dominican Republic looked loaded. Japan losing, that was a surprise, and the Dominican Republic. Not, I mean, they scored one run against USA, right? What was the final? 2-1? 3-2? No,
yeah.
3-2 or 2-1?
Uh,
I think it was 2-1.
3-2, right?
3-2.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, it would look like, Venezuela's got a really good team too. But man, USA's bats were dead. I was really, surprised about Judge going 0 for 3, 0 for 4, or yeah, 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. That was pretty tough to take because he was in a situation where a big hit or right after Harper hit the 2-run homer. I mean, it just seemed like it would have been perfect for him, but it just didn't work out. And what are you going to do? Just one of those
It was
things.
set up for, it's funny. I was looking at the Dominican team, and it looked like the same people that played in the Little League World Series.
Right,
But
right,
same age. But
yeah.
I was just trying to think why, these teams are doing so well against, especially against the major league hitting. And you know what it is? They come in, they see these guys once, they have live arms. All these guys can
Oh yeah,
play. I mean, I
absolutely.
think if these guys, if it was a 7 game series, I think by the third or fourth game, these guys would be
Oh,
rocking them. So
no
I
question.
think it's more the way the setup is, and they're all pumped. I've never
Yeah,
seen. They're
Absolutely, and
very
pitching
exciting.
always comes. It starts earlier than hitting. Hitting takes a while to come around, so that's part of it too. I mean, you had some guys that were pitching really well. You had Skeens and so it's kind of a thing where it's not surprising that they were low scoring. Obviously, against teams that were terrible, UK and Brazil and stuff like that, they trounced them. But I was very surprised with Italy. That was a lot of fun. I mean, obviously Venezuela is tough, and Dominican's tough.
Yeah,
So
the
it's
Dominicans live and breathe it.
yeah, and they got that team is loaded. I mean, that team is just on paper. I mean, Japan team is great too, but I don't know the players like we know the Dominican players because they're in major leagues. So
Yeah.
with Japan, maybe only like a handful of the guys are in the major leagues. They're all very good too, but they got some guys that are in the Japan league that are tremendous. So but it got me a little pumped up for baseball. It doesn't take me much. Tomorrow's the first day of spring. Today is the 19th. Obviously, Thursday, the opening weekend for the March Madness, which is a great weekend. So, have you seen any of the early games so far, Willie? What are you thinking?
Yeah, well, it's already starting. I mean, 8 versus 9. Ohio State lost. That
Yep,
was a great game. They came back and they almost won it. But yeah,
absolutely.
so far it's been good. High Point, which I didn't even look at High Point, and
They
you
30 and
find
4.
out they had a 34 game winning streak.
Yep.
They won 34 games. So yeah, it's been exciting. It's already been
Yeah, no.
it's a good.
And
Um,
Sienna, how about Sienna giving
oh my
Duke all they
God,
could
Sienna.
handle?
So, you know what's a crazy part about Sienna, Cap, is they had it. They had 5 guys.
Yeah,
I
no
was looking.
bench.
5 guys played 40 minutes.
Yep,
I
yep.
mean, and the guy had a clear shot to take it to 2 right at the end of the game, and he just didn't have the legs.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what it's funny you're bringing that up because that is a lot of the difference between the mid majors, especially now because of the money, and it's kind of like these guys could transfer the transfer portal, so you can have like that's perfect example. Siena and even High Point, they probably got 5 kids on their team that are probably could play anywhere in the country. They're that good. You know what I mean? But to go into the bench, that's where it becomes different. So the
yeah,
bench of, let's say, an SEC team or a Big Ten team or a Big 12 team, they're going to have kids that come off the bench and they're going to be much better than the kids that come off the bench for Siena, for High Point,
that's right.
for mid
Like
majors.
Arkansas. Arkansas is
Yeah.
8 deep.
Oh
You
yeah,
know.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And Arkansas, they're one of my dark horses. Well, not dark horses, but they're one of my Final Fours, and we'll talk about that a little bit
Yeah.
later.
Well, like Cap, on that note, I heard a really interesting stat today. So I'll let you take a stab at it, right?
Go ahead.
So and we got Mo here. Mo, listen in. You could take a shot at this. So in the SEC right now, there's 6 teams,
Right.
16 teams, 16 teams. All the seniors across all 16 teams. Guess how many played 4 years at the school?
Oh, I'm gonna say 2.
Oh, God, that's a great guess. Lower.
1.
One.
Yeah.
One.
Okay. I was gonna say
That's a
0, but okay.
just think. I can't believe I guessed
Wow.
8. Yeah, I mean, what a great guess. Yeah, one senior played all 4 years at his school out of 16 teams.
Yeah.
So listen, the product's good. You're not for the purists, right? But the
Right.
product's good. I mean, this is one of the most exciting NCAA tournaments I've been looking forward to.
Yeah.
So, there's
No, you
something to be
nailed it.
said, but it's a new wave, that's
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
nailed it right on the head because I agree. The competition is so good because you have these kids being able to transfer. They don't have to sit out a year. Obviously, the money's there now, so you have a lot of teams that are very good. So, for instance, normally it's chalk all the way. all the ones are going to make it to the or not all the ones, but the ones maybe a two will make it to. Now you could be a five seed like St. John's, for instance. They're the perfect example. If
Yeah.
St. John's, although they got screwed from where they're going, they got to go to San Diego, then they got to fly back, and they're in the same region as UConn, which kind of sucks. But I think that a team like St. John's is the perfect example where they can come out and they can win it. Win the region. Now, granted, they're in the same region with Duke. They're in with UConn. They're getting kind of screwed. Kansas, so you
Yeah.
got the Michigan State. So you got all these teams in the same region. And meanwhile, St. John's, granted, they don't got to beat all those teams, but they're going to have to beat at least one or two of those top teams. And that's a
Yeah.
tough way to go.
Well,
Well, you
St.
look at
John's got,
Arkansas.
yeah,
I was
St.
just,
John's got the raw end on this one,
yeah,
I
no
think. I mean,
question. No
but if you
question.
look at the chalk and the clear cut number ones, like you said, the chalk, you have, and this is just based on who's taking these guys to win. You have Duke at 23%, Arizona is at 21%. Then Michigan was, I think, 14 or 15, and then
Yep.
Florida at 8.
Yep.
I mean, Duke's in trouble. Duke's in trouble. Their injuries. They can't shoot the tray. They won today, but they're vulnerable, and they're the highest
Absolutely.
ranked team in the tournament. They're the chalk.
Yeah.
Listen, Arizona's probably a good pick because they're deep.
Right.
Florida, I love Florida's my pick, but they've been inconsistent, and I don't like Michigan at all. I don't like Michigan at all coming
Yeah,
out.
I mean this is where it comes down to you got to get hot at the right moment. Your players got to get hot at the right moment. And it's kind of it's a little bit of you got to get lucky too. You got to get lucky in which region you're in. Who else is in your region, and that's where it all comes down to. At least I think that. But now more than ever, a top team could get knocked off early in the tournament. First round, maybe. Second round, absolutely. Third round, sure. So it's kind of, I like the twos and the threes now. I went against chalk with my picks. So I went with Louisville to the Final Four. Houston is a chalk pick, but I think they're coming out of a good spot. And I think there's not really any teams other than Florida can give them a tough time. And there are some good teams in that area. Nebraska looks really good. Vanderbilt looks really good. So there are some other, and North Carolina. I think they're better than North Carolina. I think North Carolina just they're
They're beat
snaked up with
up.
the
Callie
injuries.
Williams is their only guy.
Right?
Funny, Nebraska, that was Nebraska's first NCAA win in the history of the school.
Are you in the history of the
Of the
school?
school. Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Yeah, it's
and
unbelievable.
with Nebraska, I was watching the game and they trounced them, and I didn't realize that Hoiberg, that is his kid on the team. I guess I should have figured that it's the same name, but how many Hoibergs, but that is his kid, and I really feel good for that coach because he's been through the ringer. You know what I mean? He was I think he was at Iowa State. And then he went to the Bulls, and the Bulls didn't work out. And then he kind of bounced around a little bit, ended up in Nebraska, and now he's got Nebraska on the map, which is really good for him. So it's kind
Yeah.
of a good team to watch out for.
All right. So who are your
All
final
right,
four?
here's my final four. Gotcha. All right, here we go. Coming out of the Duke scenario, that whatever region that is, I got Louisville coming out to the Final Four. I love that coach. He was the Winthrop coach down here in South Carolina, and went over to Charleston, College of Charleston, and now he's at Louisville, and he's got those guys playing some really good ball. So it's kind of like a sentimental favor for him to make it to the Final Four. My other one's a chalk pick. I got Houston going to the Final Four. I think they can come out of their region. And I got Arkansas, Calipari, and I got Iowa State going all the way.
Cap, I can't believe it. I don't have I got Iowa State in the Final Four. I
Awesome.
just I watched them a couple times this year, but I like the way their bracket lines up.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, that is so crazy. I didn't think anyone would. I thought that was my little incognito pick.
Yeah, and they're a number
Um,
two seed, so it's not really a big, a big
yeah, they're
stretch.
just kind of like a team that's really not well known. And I caught them two or three times this year
Yeah,
on ESPN, and I like them. And so like I have Florida. I love St. John's.
yeah,
They
sure.
beat up on UConn. They beat them by 22, I think. They're tough. Bad draw, but I think Patino's tough enough maybe to walk them through it.
Yeah,
I like
okay.
Arizona because they're deep.
Yep, they're deep.
Florida and St. John's, and I like Florida winning it all.
Okay. I had Florida. I think it was last year they won it all, right? I had them in one of
Yeah,
my
they won it last.
pools. Yep, they won it all last year. So that was pretty good. It's funny too because I was talking to one of the guys today at work about Duke. He's a big Duke guy, and he was like on pins and needles. He says, and I said they're gonna win. They're gonna win. They're gonna win by a few points. Sure enough, that's what they did. But I'm in another pool where I had UConn. Now UConn right from the get go, but they had to beat the spread. Not only could they have to win, they got to beat the spread. And
Yeah,
if they
I have
don't, then you
I'm in a
take
pool like that. And
right.
you get the winner if they
Ex-
cover, and if
exactly.
they lose, you get yeah. I have Clemson in that.
Yeah.
Uh,
See, so now, yeah, I have Texas A&M tonight, so they're getting 2.5 points. I kind of don't like that because I like St. Mary's. St. Mary's is good. St. Mary's, Santa Clara, and Gonzaga. Those three teams coming out of the WAC. They are really good. So to me, it's like the WAC teams are going to be tough, but they just got to cover. I know they're getting only 2.5 points, so but then if they do cover, then I get St. Mary's like we were talking about. So it'll be interesting. And whoever had Siena today was like, oh shit, I got Siena. Meanwhile, they covered. Now you got Duke. So Duke
yeah,
got a
yeah,
scare. So you can ride them now to the Final Four, maybe to the championship. So who knows?
yeah. What's the line? Do you remember the line on the Houston game? Is that the game that moved from like 17 and a half to 23?
You know what? I didn't see the line on that one, but I wouldn't doubt it. Idaho, I know nothing about Idaho. They're 21
Yeah.
and 14. Houston, I just think Houston is good enough to go all the way,
Yeah,
which,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think
I
I
would
think
not be
that line
surprised.
opened up at 17 and a half and
Yeah.
it moved to 23 and a half in
Yeah. Who
like
knows?
in it.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't doubt
so
it. I would not doubt it at all. So
yeah,
so we'll
Moses, you
have to
like
see.
anyone, Moses? You
Yeah,
got
Moses,
anyone?
chirp in. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah, we
you.
Oh,
hear you.
I don't know that I was on. um, St. John's. I Syracuse stunk, so I really haven't been paying too much attention. But I've been reading about St. John's in the New York Post, and I think I would like to root for them.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, I
big,
mean,
they're strong,
I'll
they're a
be
good
rooting for him.
pick. I'm with
Yeah.
you. They
Yeah.
I
got
mean, you,
yep.
they got. I mean, they've got the pedigree of defenders. They are a tough as nails team. I mean, they spanked UConn, and UConn's not.
Oh,
I mean,
they beat him by 22
yeah.
and
I mean,
it was man meets boy.
yeah, and I think they can beat Kansas.
Yeah.
I think they. I mean, I hate to say it, but I got Louisville coming out of that region, but I think that St. John's could beat anybody in that region. I mean, they could. So
Yeah.
why not? Why
Yeah,
not?
I hear you. Moses, you okay? You heard about how he rose, right? He's
I
throwing in the towel.
You know what? Every
Oh,
time
good.
ESPN covers a Met game or Apple or any of those other entities, I shut off the volume and I listen to Howie Rose because he's the best. So I'm going to miss
Yeah,
him.
Harry Rose. I
See,
think. Well,
see
he
the
did the
Mets.
Rangers
The
for all
Mets
those
just.
years.
I was just listening, coming home. The Mets rolled out the 999 challenge.
Yeah, I
I don't
heard
know what
about
the
that.
hell it's all about, but it's 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, in 9 innings. I'm like, oh, what are they doing? They're looking for a riot? I mean,
Yeah, exactly. I,
Well,
I don't. I don't think that's so difficult, to be honest with you. I really
I
don't.
wouldn't want to usher there.
And if it's a 12-ounce beer, even now they're doing where they give you a freaking Dixie cup of beer, or they're talking about, which is really ridiculous. I mean, and even the hot dogs are smaller. Come on, you got to have at least a 12 ounce, and then you got to have a full size, ballpark hot dog. You can't be eating these little, appetizer hot dog bullshit.
Oh,
That's
like
ridiculous.
pigs in a blanket
Yeah,
with with
but
a Miller Quickie. You
that's
know, I
think
got you.
about it. That's not that difficult. I mean, me and my friend Eric D from New York, we would watch a Nick game, and we'd polish off. Well, me and him would polish off a case of Coors Lights. Now, granted, he'd drink three-quarters of them, and I took a quarter of them. But I mean, it depending on what beer you drink it too. Light beers, especially Coors Lights, it's like drinking water. You know what I mean? So you're drinking. I could drink Coors Lights and not even get drunk. It's
Yeah.
literally we make that joke,
Now,
especially in the summertime. You know what I
when
mean?
you
You put
say drunk, if you get pulled over by a cop, are you
oh
getting a
yeah,
DWI?
I guess then I'm DWI. But I mean, it's like I could function. I could operate heavy machinery. That kind of
Yeah,
stuff. Not a problem. But
yeah,
Well, you're
but
yeah.
drinking
We
a
know.
Hydro 5 from now on,
You
anyways.
yeah,
got
you're
a
right. Yeah,
hydrofy.
yeah. Drink a couple hydrofies.
You got
That's
a
what you got to do
hydrofy on the
after.
back end. Then no
Yes, on the back
hangover.
end, then you'd be golden. But
Yeah.
anyway, so yeah, so
You
now
hear
we
that
got tomorrow's the
hydrofy
first
when we
day of spring.
negotiate the contract?
Yes, you're going to
They're
get
holding
something, don't
out.
you?
They're holding out.
That's all right. We're in no big hurry. As long as they actually have we actually have a real sponsor, which is kind of nice. But anyway, tomorrow's the first day of spring, so we got spring baseball. What are you guys thinking? Are you guys excited? Mo, you excited?
Oh, I am most definitely. I am.
What do you think
Well,
about the pitching staff?
uh, well, there's a lot of ifs. McLean looked great the other night,
Oh my
I thought
God,
he
he
looked
looked
great.
phenomenal.
Yep,
and I think that Freddie Peralta is going to be good,
right,
and Jonah Tong's going to be in AAA. I'm going to watch him, but
right.
he's ready to go in case like Senga falls apart. But they're saying that Senga looks strong.
Does he?
Yeah, and Peterson's what Peterson always has been. He's going to eat up innings, and
Yeah.
he's spectacular. And then Mania, he's his fastball is not getting up over 90, which is concerning, but
Right.
he's a wily pitcher. He's a veteran, and he claims he feels good. So if
All right.
all those guys stay healthy, and the young guys continue, because I mean, you have Christian Scott who had Tommy John. He's back, and he
Right.
looked impressive. He's going to be in Syracuse, so they could be, a nice full complement, at least five guys going at all time.
Now,
Well,
who's the ace of the staff? Sanga?
No, Freddie Peralta, and then behind
yeah.
him, McLean. I think.
I think didn't they announce Peralta's going to be the starting pitcher for opening
Yes,
day?
yeah, he's going to start opening day.
Yeah. I mean,
And
the Yankees have to deal with some injuries, obviously, guys coming back, and then you have to see about Cam Schlittler. When you add a Schlittler beer, you're out of beer. You got to get him going. So, we got a couple of guys that we're kind of banking on. I saw Geel, whatever.
Yeah, Gile, Gile.
He got rocked the other night, which I was kind of little like, that wasn't too good. So I don't know what his deal is going to be. And like I said, it just depends when these guys come back, when they come back healthy. And then again, I'm not too concerned about the regular. They're going to make the playoffs, I think. And the Mets got to make the playoffs at least. I mean, let's
Yeah,
face it. I
they
mean,
should. They should.
they should, but last year we thought the same thing, and look what happened. I mean, Philly's tough. I mean, you just don't know, who's going to come around. I mean, American League East, you have the same usual suspects. You got Toronto. You got the Red Sox.
Yeah,
Orioles should be a
Baltimore
little
has
bit
made some
better.
moves.
What's that?
Baltimore
yeah,
made some moves.
Orioles.
Yeah.
Orioles.
I mean, yeah, the Orioles. I mean, Alonso. It's going to be funny. Met fans are going to be looking at other teams like Texas, where McNeil and Oakland to see how they do. And like Alonso started out great. He had 2 home runs early in spring training, and he's sort of back to below 220 average.
Yeah.
So I'll be keeping an eye on them. But they had a couple other people they picked up.
Yeah,
Baltimore.
no, they got some young talent, and I don't know what their pitching's like. I mean, I don't see them being really it's going to be Toronto. I mean, I'm looking at Toronto is going to be again the team. Toronto made a couple of moves too. And but then again, you never know. The Red Sox, they get a little hot. They can do some damage. So it's hard to say that that it's just going to be this team or that team. But I really think it's going to be the Toronto and the Yankees and everybody else. But who knows? We'll see.
Well,
We
listen,
shall see.
the Yankees have a high ceiling but a weak foundation. It's like
Yeah.
if they stay healthy and everyone performs, they can do it. Obviously you got LA. Is that's
Well,
they're
LA,
a whole
forget
nother.
LA. I don't even
Yeah.
want to deal with them until the World Series. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like if somebody can knock them off, great. If nobody does, fuck them.
Well,
Because I
well,
am sick. I'm sick and tired of the fucking Dodgers. I just am. I mean, I sound like a sore loser Yankee fan, I guess, but I'm just sick of them, and I just can't stand it. That the Yankees used to be that team that everybody hates. Now let's say everybody hates the Dodgers, I
well,
guess.
the Yankees still have the third highest payroll.
Oh yeah,
They act like the
absolutely.
Yankees don't spend money. They just
Yeah, no,
spend their own,
absolutely.
you know?
Well, here's one thing. Here's one little tidbit that I was thinking about, and I think I mentioned it to one of you guys when we were talking. Is I would like to see Harper in pinstripes in the Bronx at first base at some point. I don't know anything about whether he will be or can be or should be or this and that, but man, you stick him right in between Bellinger and Judge
Ooh,
and him on first base. I don't know what the money situation is. I know he's got that huge contract as well, and then you still got Stanton and this and that and blah blah blah. But I don't know. It's just a thought. I would love to see it, but we'll see.
Why not?
Why
yeah.
Why
not?
not? Why
Yeah.
not?
Well,
Yeah.
Dodgers approved you can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, exactly. That's my point exactly. It's like if you could figure out a way to get them in pinstripes, you know what I'm saying? And listen, you're going to have to give up some of your young talent. I get it, and but it's like they're a win now. I mean, Judge is in his 30s now. He's 31, too, 31, 32 Mo.
Yeah.
I mean,
And he needs to win one, Judge.
yeah,
Oh,
he
for
He
needs
needs
to
to
sure.
win
win
one
one.
like nobody's business.
Yeah, they don't. He doesn't win one. He's not getting any. Retiring his jersey. I mean, that's
Yeah,
what he needs to be
yeah,
legitimately an all-time Yankee. If he
yeah,
doesn't win it, it's
That
gonna be
that would be the
tough.
thing. All-time
yeah,
Yankee. I mean, he's an
Yeah,
all-star. He'll make
yeah.
Hall of
yeah.
Fame, but
Great player. He's sketchy in the clutch, but he's still good.
Right.
He's not a disaster. You
Yeah,
know.
I'm
Um,
hoping. I'm hoping this loss in the world in the WBC will really actually put a fire under his ass to get to the World Series. I'm hoping that he seems like that kind of a guy where he's going to be like he's going to remember that because you saw his face, man, after they lost. He looked
yeah,
like he
he
was
was
just
not.
like, fuck, how the fuck did we lose this? So I think there'll be some kind of fire under his ass this year. But like I said, he ain't getting any younger. Bellinger ain't getting any younger. These guys are a win now team. You know what I mean? So, do what you can to add the pieces, to the team to get it going, and I think they have many of the pieces. Do they have all the pieces? Another two or three pieces would
Well,
be
I
nice.
tell you, you add a guy like Bryce Harper, and you probably, you know, your odds go up exponentially to win a World
Yeah.
Series.
And he's a
So,
gamer too. He needs a World Series really bad. He wants to play in Yankee Stadium. He loves his dad was a big Mickey Mantle fan. The whole
oh,
Stump Stadium
really?
thing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All
Absolutely.
right.
Yep.
All right.
So it's a kind of thing where, his dad could be like, hey, you could be wearing pinstripes, blah, blah, blah. You can go down as a Yankee great. So that could, and he's falling out of favor. What I hear that he's falling out of favor with management in Philly. I don't know what's going on, but I'm sure it's the money. You know what I mean? That's probably and they're probably like, oh, we could have got this guy or that guy. I don't know, but well, it's food for thought while we wait to see the season starts and see what happens. But
Yeah,
anyway,
you gotta wait and see. So we gotta touch on the Knicks since you make me
yeah,
watch them every night.
you got to watch them every night, Willie. That's it. That's your homework.
They're banged up. They're banged
Yeah,
up,
yeah. I mean,
which makes
listen.
me nervous.
I think they're not as banged up as you would think. I think they're kind of coasting right now. I don't. It's 12. What do they got? 12 games left. I don't really think that the Knicks are in any trouble. I think that the only thing is very simple. They can beat any team and they can get beaten by any team. I'm talking about any playoff team. So let's hope no major injuries. Let's kind of coast into the end of it. Whether they're a 2 or 3 seed, I really don't give a shit, or a 4 seed even. But I would love to see them be a 2 seed. It would be nice. Boston's going to be a pain in the ass, so let's not
Always.
forget them. And then you got to bust your ass to get out of that Eastern Conference. I mean, Philly will be a pain in the ass. Every team in that Eastern Conference, okay, all the way down. Philly, Cleveland, the Boston, you name it. They're all, and obviously Detroit, who Detroit seems to have their number. They're
Yeah.
all going to
Well,
be a
Detroit's
pain in
got
the ass.
they got an injury too. They're one of their
Who's hurt?
big guns just got injured. Someone.
Not Cunningham. I haven't heard anything about
No,
him.
not Cunningham. The
That
other
big,
guy.
they're,
Cunningham's got to kind of pick it up.
yeah.
I forget the guy's
And
name,
they're
but
coming down to earth a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they are starting to get in the wear and tear of the season. That's why, when you got a dozen games left in a season, every team that's in the playoffs right now is thinking, all right, let's not get anybody hurt. Let's kind of coast. So you got to
yeah.
kind of, you got to kind of not get too crazy about these last 12 games, because the playoffs is when shit hits the fan and shit begins, and the Knicks have got to remember that, and that's it. And same with Bridges. Bridges, all right, he's not playing great last, I don't know, 6, 7 games, whatever they're saying. Whatever, I don't give a shit. But in the playoffs, you better bring it. And every guy on the team, Cat, everybody, bring it. They got a good bench now, so let's just wait until the playoffs before we get too cuckoo on the Knicks.
Well, you see, speaking of that, you see this guy Luke. I think Luka Doncic is like
Yeah,
my favorite player in the league.
yeah. Well,
Dude, he plays D. His defense is arguably as tough as his. I think
well, let's not
he
go.
drained
Let's not go
40 last night.
crazy. He does play very little defense, but when
Dude,
you're
he's
scoring,
playing some D this year.
yeah, you
Uh,
know what? The Lakers are surprising me. I have to admit, they are surprising me. They're playing well right now. I don't think they're coming out of the West anyway, so I don't think they're gonna beat it. Maybe they'll maybe make a little bit of a run in the playoffs, but
I mean, I think Luca had 40 and LeBron had 34 last night.
yeah,
Imagine.
yeah. I mean,
I mean,
but but depending on who they're playing, I mean, I really
yeah,
think
yeah.
the 3 teams out of the West you got to be worried about are the Spurs, obviously OKC, and Denver. Houston is dangerous, but the Lakers, they're not going to get out of the
Uh,
West. They're not getting
you
out of the
know,
West.
they're
No,
just
no
coming.
chance.
They're like like a match. They're just gonna
Yeah.
spark
Let
fast
them let them
and
knock
fade.
off. Let them knock off the Nuggets, or let them knock off Houston, or let them
Listen,
knock off somebody.
listen. Let them
What you
take
say?
a couple teams late, beat them
Yeah,
up, so that when they face the East,
yeah,
maybe they can advance and beat a couple teams up.
yeah. I think that the Knicks or match up really better with the Spurs than they do OKC. Personally, I don't know why, but they seem like they do. OKC, 100% healthy is fucking tough for anybody.
Yeah,
So
that's
I would love to see the Spurs come out of the West, and then the Knicks, or even the Nuggets. The Nuggets. I mean, the Knicks are good against the Nuggets. So let's see what happens. Let them beat the shit out of each other. But we got to take care of business on the East. So you can't take these teams lightly. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens.
Yep. Well, we will see for sure. And then what else do we need to touch
Let's
on?
let's just touch on the draft coming up.
Ugh,
The
I can't
Jets.
take it. They're
Yeah.
taking this fucking lobster linebacker from Ohio State. I
Well,
can't
Matt
take
is
it.
saying the other linebacker. Who were they saying the other day? Now I forgot who the hell it was. But
They
yeah,
want the guy from Ohio State. I heard today. I can't take. Listen, the Jet. And meanwhile, now you got the Pats. They just signed Romeo Dobbs. Fuck. Well,
yeah,
he drops the ball anyway, so let him have him. And now they're talking about AJ Brown.
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
what?
yeah.
I
Well,
can't.
that's what they need. Yeah. I mean, the Jets don't have a quarterback, so really, it doesn't make sense to fucking get these receivers right
Anybody.
now. So
Man.
get some defensive players. I think that what they're trying to do, it seems like, and this Muji guy, who knows? I thought Joe Douglas did a good job, but this Muji guy, he's trying to build up their defense. It's a good way to start is build up your defense, and then when you get that home run quarterback, you take your chance on them. I mean, there's not too many quarterbacks in this draft that are
Yeah.
going to be, do you on the with the 16th pick, if the kid from Alabama's still there, do you take him? I mean,
I
maybe.
think they would. I
Yeah,
think they
maybe. Why not?
I think they would.
He
I mean,
seems like, a good kid and, he's got some tools, so who knows?
I don't know. They suck. They did the whole build the defense. That didn't. They had the best defense in the league 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I just can't watch this team anymore.
Yeah,
I actually work with Pakel's son, Bill Pakel. Remember the offensive lineman?
okay.
Pakel back in the day. I work with
Nice.
he's with these buddies with Bird. He was in that era.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
and his son is distraught.
Oh.
Like I said, I'm a big Jet fan. He was apologizing to me. He
Oh,
goes, "Yeah,
jeez.
I'm really sorry." I go, "Dude, you don't play for him." He goes, "Well, my dad did."
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It's tough. It's tough for those
yeah,
guys.
it's tough. It's
Yeah.
tough.
Well,
It's
we'll
a
see.
tough.
I mean, the Giants, I think, have. Well, who knows what the Giants are going to do? The Giants got to start getting some receivers, a couple more receivers, and I think that they same thing. Their defense is pretty good, but they've got some holes to fill, and they got to build their offensive line. I
Yeah.
mean, it's. I mean, listen, that's I can say that about any team, but it's kind of like they have to kind of get the John Harbaugh system in, and then try to build from the defense out. I guess another guy, defense out guy. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But before you know it, the draft will be here. Before you know it, it'll be first week of the season. But so far. Anything? Any final thoughts? Anything else that you guys want to talk about? Bring up?
I don't think so. I think
You
the hot
might
item
go.
is the NCAA. I think we covered it pretty
Oh,
well. I think Ovechkin scored his 926
oh yeah.
goal.
I
If
don't
you,
even. I don't even want to go to hockey. I think the Rangers are a disaster. Even the Devils are. The Islanders, on the other hand, they're playing good, so we can even talk about them when they get to the playoffs. But here, all right. I'll give you one more tidbit of hockey.
yeah, give me a little
Car-
tidbit, Cat.
Carolina Hurricanes are playing great, and they have a chance to come out of the East. I would not be surprised if they come out of the East. The West is. I'm not so familiar with the West. I mean, you got Edmonton and you got these teams, the Avalanche and those teams. But I think with as far as the East, I got to root for the Hurricanes because the Rangers
I
aren't going to
can't.
be there.
I
So
can't take it. When did you
yeah.
become Mr. Carolina? Jesus
You know what it
Christ.
was when I first came
Winthrop
down
and
here?
Carolina this,
Yeah,
Carolina
I,
that.
listen.
Charlotte. What
Sweet
next?
pea.
They had a connection. They had a connection. New York connection. Okay, you had
Oh, here we
you
go.
had
Now
the
you're gonna connect
Hornets.
the dots some way for me. All right, here we
Yeah,
go.
they had
Yeah,
they had the
he dated a
connection.
girl from New Jersey whose cousin lived in New York. Is that?
But it just seems like they have great the fans are great,
Yeah,
and it's just to me it's like they're my adopted teams. So
you
I kind
know,
of got to root for them because
you gotta embrace them.
yeah,
I
you got to
feel for you.
embrace them. The Hornets are going to be in the playoffs, so look
Of
out,
course,
man.
Hey,
You
they're
know,
the best. The
yep.
Carolina's the best. You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the
Just
people. I will listen when they go against the Knicks. I forget it, but I mean, it's same with the Panthers. They go against the Jets. I'm sorry, but when they're going against anybody else, because I don't really root. I don't have a rooting interest for any other teams in the major sports other than the New York teams. So they're my adopted second favorite team because I don't have any. I really don't. I
all
don't.
right.
I don't. So
Okay,
it
Mo.
is what it
Mo,
is.
I just asked you, Mo, if you're okay with it, I'm okay with it.
Okay, Mo.
I'm okay with it.
All right, let me
Okay, then
It's
just
I'm
got to
give
be
okay
give
with
more.
one
it.
more. Let me do another Hydrify plug for this
Come on, let's
episode.
get this up.
Yeah, this episode is brought to you by Hydrify, the world's first hydrogen infused electrolyte, which helps the body combat inflammation and support cellular health. for people of all ages in a way traditional electrolyte drinks do not. Beyond
That's right.
hydration, Hydrofy is designed to support sustained energy, enhance performance, faster recovery, and overall daily wellness benefits. We believe are a great fit for the people that are a part of our network. Use OTC15 and get 15% off your first
And
purchase.
and if Z-Man would have drank his Hydrofy, he would have made the
Yeah,
call.
Z-Man, I'm a little disappointed. Z-Man, he celebrated a little bit too much on St. Patty's Day. Drank a few too many of the Miller Lights. So he is a no show for tonight. But we'll get him back. We'll have to bust his chops, and we'll have to get him on Zoom, which he has no idea what Zoom is. But we'll get him on Zoom. And oh, one other thing, we have Jay Wu, Johnson and Wales. 24 hours of giving. So go on pro.gofundme.com and just say Jake the Snake. He's our Jay Wu assistant
Oh, send me that link
manager.
and I'll make a donation, Cap. Send it to my phone. I
You
can't
got it.
follow this.
You
Uh,
got it.
all
And
right.
and
I
I
distributed
want
it
to thank
already.
everybody ahead of time for donating. It's a good cause. These kids don't get any money. They're D3. They don't get shit. They try to just they go to class. They try to graduate. The coach is the best. Let me give a shout out to Coach Benton. He is the man up there, and he really cares about his kids. He cares about them graduating. He cares about getting them a life, a job, all that stuff through basketball, that's the reason college sports is important. The D3 programs that are out there, support your D3 programs. I know the D1 programs are important too, and even the D2, but the D3 really need your support. And these kids actually go to class and actually graduate and actually get a job. Most of them do not go into pro sports, but they do learn a lot from being in college sports. So that's
Life's
my off the
lessons.
chest rant for today.
It's a good one.
Love it, Cap.
Uh,
Moses, thanks for showing up. Appreciate it.
Well,
Your handsome face is always welcome.
thank your wife for the technical support this
yes,
evening.
and this is our first
She was
Z
big.
a Zoom without Z, but this is our first Zoom. So we're going to get Z for the next Zoom. So Moses is doing all the graphics and all the fun stuff, and we look. Hopefully, it comes out great. I'm sure Moses with his bag of tricks will make it look awesome on the broadcast. All
That's
Indeed.
right,
right.
guys. Until next time. Go March Madness is here. Moses, thank you. Willie, thank you. And we'll see you next time on Off the Chat.